Knicks family, we pulled it out. It was a struggle. It was a grit and grind contest. That's what the Memphis Grizzlies do, but we matched it and we pulled it out. Let's go. Knicks family, remember, January 21st, 2019, MLK Day. Private lounge on Chase Bridge. Food and non-alcoholic beverages are included. Courtside at the pregame shoot-around. Mini tour of MSG. The cost is $205. $220 with the NBK t-shirt. Make sure you get it. NothingButKnicks.com/NBK events. Let's go. Let's talk Knicks. Knicks family. There we go. We did it, man. I love this type of a game. It was a grit and grind type of game. We found a way to pull it out. There's no better win than that. You know what I mean? The game teetered back and forth in that fourth quarter a little bit. We let the Grizzlies came, they took the lead. We took the lead back, they took the lead, but then we found a way to pull it out and then pull away a little bit at the end. We let them back in. That's the type of game that good teams pull those type of games out. I'm not saying that we're a good team. I'm not jumping off the bridge. All I'm saying is that good teams pull those type of games out. That was a good, hard fought game by the Knicks. And it's the type of game that you can really learn from. The type of game that you can point and say we're developing. Right? Point and say we're developing. We've won 3 in a row. And not only have we won 3 in a row, but we've beaten 3 playoff teams. Well, we'll see if the Memphis Grizzlies continue to be a playoff team. But we've beaten 3 teams that are good. Very good. With 500 or better records. The Boston Celtics, the New Orleans Pelicans, and the Memphis Grizzlies. And we almost beat the Portland Trail Blazers as well. Right? So we're showing some things. We're proving some things to Knicks fans. And I know there's going to be a lot of tankster wanksters out there that say we're ruining the tank and blah, 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 blah. Not tonight, my friends. Keep it there if you can. Tankster wanksters. You know what I mean? Come out on your night when we lose. Tonight is a night for the guys who don't care about tanking and want to win and win with the guys that we're winning with. Let's do it. All right. But it was a very good game by the Knicks. It's not going to be a good game stats and box score wise. Let's put it like that. It's not. The game didn't look pretty as far as the box scores are concerned, but it was definitely a great game and a great win by the Knicks. Who had to fight tooth and nail, because the Memphis Grizzlies, let me tell you, man, those guys are aggressive. Right? They are an aggressive team. They scratch and they bite and they claw and they fight. You're not going to get anything easy, and you got to be a tough team to fight with those guys. And like Anthony Dunbar just said, we out-toughed them. And we played tough tonight. You know what I mean? We played tough tonight. Kanter was a big part of that, playing tough. I know a lot of people want to, laugh at Kanter and, get on him about his defense. Call his stats empty and those type of things. But Kanter played tough tonight. You got to give it to him. He was a big part of the reason that we were able to pull out this kind of a gritty game. You know what I mean? Because, he played tough basketball. Real tough basketball. And, hey, let's get into this. We got a nice little group chat form where we got the Prince, we got Aunt G, Isaiah, Who's Mark, we got Guillermo. So we're gonna talk a little bit. I'm gonna get to these guys. Guys, I'm gonna get you to give a real quick thought of the game, real quick, 20-30 seconds. Give us your thoughts, and then we're gonna go in and recap the game a little bit. All right. You know what? I'm not sure if I'm gonna get you to give a recap. I think I'm gonna need you to just talk to me a little bit until I get you up on the screen. All right. So I'm gonna bring you in, talk to me, and then we'll get you up on the screen. So I'm gonna start with, since Prince was the first person here, I'm gonna start with Prince. All right. Prince, what's popping, man? Hey, Prince, can you hear me? Froze. There you go. Prince, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up? What's up?
What's going on, man? Give me a quick rundown of the game, of what you seen, what you saw, and what you think about the game.
Like I said, I still think we still need to share the ball a little bit more. Obviously, we know what our team is. We know what our team is capable of. We definitely have to figure out a way to make baskets easier. The ISO ball, obviously, it's not going nowhere. So people can hate on it all they want, but that's the DNA of our team right now. Until we get guys who can knock down shots, you know what I'm saying, from offense. This is the type of offense we're gonna see. Pick and roll, guys making plays off of broken plays and things of that nature. I seen that these guys go out here and fight for their coach. That showed me a lot of heart. Nobody backed down. Like you were saying earlier, this shows a lot of our team, the fact that we're playing these playoff caliber teams to the wire. And, like me and you were just talking a couple seconds ago, I can't wait to start hearing the Tankster Wanksters in a couple months because, again, I know they're going to be crying about these W's that we get against these good teams. But much like all of us thought, we wasn't supposed to be a dumpster team anyway this season. I definitely didn't think we were going to win many more games than like 30, 35 games. But like I said, the team chemistry and everything is starting to show, and put his thumbprint on these lineups and these guys, and we're starting to see, true progression. And that's all I've been asking from us fans, to be, patient with Fizz, patient with the offense, patient with the young guys, and just let them progress. And I think we're slowly but surely seeing progression in our team. And again, if you don't like it, you don't like the pace of it, then hey, we'll see you maybe next year or 2 years from now when we get to that championship level. But hey, Sim, I'm happy, bro. We playing good basketball. I was pretty happy.
I'm with you. I'm pretty happy myself. What do you think about your boy Mudiay with what he's doing right now? Give it to me.
I think he's doing exactly what he's doing exactly what my boy Denny Green said. He is who he thought he was. You know what I'm saying? Or at least to me, I knew Mudiay could give us these consistent minutes if he got the shot. He's not doing, crazy stuff. But again, once his confidence gets there and he's able to score the ball at will, you'll start to see more of his game open up, and he'll start opening up game. His game will open up other people's game because so many more defenses will have to worry about stopping him. And once you got to stop that, point of attack, now you got your wings too wide open. You got your big man who can catch oops, wrap around passes. But again, much like you said, Mudiay is progressing. I'm not going to talk crazy, but I told everybody months ago, I thought Mudiay was our point guard for now and for the future. He's doing exactly what he needs, he needs to do for us to stay in these games. Even when Tim Hardaway and Trey Burke, kind of shoot us out of situations, he finds a way to kind of calm the offense down and get us back into our stuff. So
okay.
I'm happy with Mudiay. That dunk definitely set the tone. You know what I'm saying? That air was crazy.
Yeah. All right. Crazy. Let me get to Aunt G. Aunt G, what do you think, man?
Man, I don't know, like who are these guys, man? Like, who again, what's up here? Like, who would have thought these would be the structure to get up to the 3-game win streak? I mean,
you're breaking up a little bit, man. You're breaking up.
Yeah, looking at the schedule at the end of the year, didn't have top wins, so it gives us some, something to play with, And if we can go beat the team we're supposed to beat, maybe we can overachieve a little bit. But I want to say something. Here in Jackson, I mean, everybody was singing his praises, but I was getting frustrated because he got away with like 4 fouls. Like, those were not clean blocks, some of them blocks. And I was just getting mad. Like, he was grabbing arms and coming down. I'm like, all right, like, I understand this is grit and grind, and y'all want to see it. Like, but the refs weren't calling anything both ways. Mm-hmm. Like, it started to get ugly at one point. And I was like, okay, you got to call a foul if it's a foul, But other than that, I'm glad we won. If we didn't win, I would have been keyed off, because the refereeing was just so annoying. But, I'm happy for Fez. The guys went out there and got it for him. Mudiay caught a body.
Yeah.
He caught a body, man.
Yes,
that was exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Like I said, at the beginning of the year, I said, I wanted Mudiay to get better at basics. And I think that's what we're starting to see. He's starting to do the basic things right now. When it comes to, he's not playing outside of his game. I just think he's sticking to the basics. He's not trying to do too much. He's not thinking as much. And I think that's what we're starting to see. He's just allowing his natural ability to take over. I think before it was a mind game with him. Like, he was just too much in his thoughts. He was thinking instead of reacting. I think now he just allows his ability to take over a little bit. Because I remember I said it like a couple months ago about that. Where's the athleticism that we saw? Because I'm a big college basketball fan, so all his high school mixtapes and stuff the athleticism was there. And last year he was kind of slow and couldn't really get lift. And that dunk, that's the Mudiay I knew. He was an athletic 6'5" point guard. That's what everybody was excited about. Yeah. So. I like how Mudiay's been playing. Trey Burke, he shot 3 for 15. So, he was okay. He get a couple big shots when he needed it. But, the only gripe I would have is maybe I want to see a little more Frank. But, that's it. And Dot, free Dot again, man. He's only shouldn't be taking his minutes right now. But, it's not too much I could, complain about. We got the dub. We weren't supposed to win, 3 straight wins of playoff teams. That's impressive. So, shout out to the guys.
Yeah, and Emmanuel Mudiay right now, well, not right now, tonight, had 17 points. He was 5 for 12 from the field, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. And, of course, he had the big dunk at the end of the game that probably sealed the victory for the Knicks. And Trey Burke got the steal.
That was an amazing read by Trey Burke. I got to give props.
Trey Burke got the steal. And I was yelling, I was screaming, you got one, you got one. I was scared. I was afraid maybe he wasn't going to give it up, but he gave it up. So, big shout out to Trey Burke, Emmanuel Mudiay for converting that play. Isaiah?
Yo.
We were talking in the pregame. We talked at halftime. What's up?
Oh, man. Sim, I was getting angry with Fitz because I thought he kept the lineup too long. But you know what? That's why sometimes he's the coach and I'm the assistant coach. He proved me wrong. He pretty much kept the lineup in, and I really was scared because I was like, oh man, this lineup can't really play defense like this. They gave up the lead. I'm like, oh man, you gotta put Frank and all them guys back in. But he stuck with the lineup for the most part, and they succeeded. I wanted this win for Fizz, man. I wanted this win for Fizz because, this to me showed that, we get on Fizz a lot because there is still a lot of things still a lot of things he has to learn. But I'll say this, man, this team is playing for him. I know that.
Yeah.
This team believes in him.
They're playing for him.
And they're playing for him, because last year, man, we went to Phoenix, we got our ass kicked. Or whatever. But I'm proud of the man. I'm proud of the man. And for the Tankster Wanksters, it's not about that right now. It's about developing and learning. And I'm excited, man, because we're playing. This is all we wanted, man. Just play hard, man. Let the outcome be the outcome. Man. And this was a good old-fashioned like Ant said, this was like basketball from 4 years ago when it wasn't high offense. This is like when the Knicks won 54 games. It was low scoring, grinded out. And this is good for a young team. This is Memphis. You can't get no more grindy than this except for a sandwich. You can't get more, man.
Yeah, let me move on for a minute. All right, let me move on. Let me get to Guillermo. Guillermo, what's up, man? What you think about the game?
Yeah, man, I thought it was good, man. I saw a lot of development for Mudiay. The team defense was good, man. Playing passing lanes, it was good to watch, man. I liked it a lot. Our pick and roll offense is still a little iffy. It's not where I want it to be, but I thought this team played really well. I thought Mudiay stepped up big time. I know you had the big dunk and all, but we were just discussing. I think when Mudiay, one thing I like that he does is that even when, like, say there's a missed pass, but a missed shot by the other team, what he does is that he kind of pushes the tempo. And it's not necessarily to try to get a point, but he does it so that their defense doesn't reset. And it doesn't. They have to commit early to say Mudiay trying to drive through or whatever. And then he facilitates an open guy, and he keeps facilitating open, which I appreciate. And it's a beautiful thing. So maybe that's Fizdale coaching. Maybe Fizdale just got hyped because it's a game against the Grizzlies. But I thought the past 3 games were really good. So this is a good start, man. Hopefully it's something that we can build upon.
Yeah, definitely, man. 3 in a row versus good teams. So we'll see if we can continue to build upon what we're doing here. Let me get the Mark.
The floor, bro.
Yo, Mark.
What's up, Mark?
Sim.
What's going on, Sim?
What's up with you, man? How you feeling, man, after this win?
You know I'm cheesing right now because guess what? You know how people was complaining about, Fizdale is not coaching. That's what coaching looked like tonight, people.
Okay.
Because Memphis defense, it is stifling. Stifling.
Yeah. They got a tough day.
And we played like men tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And Fizdale get credit because he's giving Mudiay's playing with confidence. This is what he looked like with confidence. When you watching him now, it's confidence. I'm not yelling at my television saying, why is he doing this? Why is he not doing this? He's playing with confidence. This is how Fizdale's gonna coach these young players, so they can earn their spot. They can earn their sets within the offense. Cause they play the 3 last games, man. It's all on effort. This is just pure effort. Now I don't care about the score. I don't care how low the scoring is. It is just nothing but pure effort. And Kanter, I give him credit tonight. Boy was making his assignments on defense because I was watching him closely. He's making assignments on defense, but that's due to Marc Gasol because he doesn't move like how other big men move in the game. He's more stationary. So I'm not coming down on Kanter. He had a good game tonight, 21, 26. He did his damn thing. But the play of the game for me, I'm giving it early. It goes to the coach because all I see is confidence on the floor right now.
Okay, but Kanter, he's doing more. He's getting his hands a little bit more involved. Maybe he can't jump, but he's getting his hands a little bit more involved. He's trying. That's all I asked him. Blocking shots or being active. Moving his hands. One place I disagree with you with. I mean, obviously there is effort, but the 3 games prior to this was a little bit more than effort because we were shooting 48% from the field in the 3 games prior to this, including the Portland game, shooting over 40% from 3 the 3 games prior to this as well. So there's been some averaging 23 assists the 3 games prior to this. So there's been some offensive evolvement. They've been evolving offensively.
We're not getting pumped.
Definitely we didn't, and tonight was a game where we could have gotten punked, and we stood up to it and fought.
Seriously,
you know what I mean? We stood up to it and fought. That was big. I'll get back to you, Mark. Let me get to Davon. All right, Davon, what's poppin', man?
What's up, Sam?
How you feel about the game tonight?
Oh man, it was a beautiful game, man. We went to the land of the grit and the grind. We gritted and grinded, and we grinded out the victory. I'm loving it tonight, man. I'm loving it. Everybody did exceptionally well. Did a good job. I like what we're seeing from the team. I see a little bit more togetherness with the team. It seemed like before it was a little divide between the veterans and the young players and the rookies, but I'm seeing a little bit more togetherness and players playing together. Willing to make that extra pass or willing to slide over and help their man on defense. It's coming all together slowly but surely. I can see brightness in the future for us. And
if you notice with these 2 lineups, though, there's the first lineup includes vets, right? The first lineup is Mudiay. Although Mudiay is young, probably the youngest in the lineup. He's 22 years old. Is Mudiay, Hardaway, Noah Vonleh, and Enes Kanter. And then Mario Hezonja at the 3. Mudiay maybe is the youngest. I'm not sure.
I think he is.
I think he's probably the youngest. But he's been in the league for a while, right? He's been in the league for 3 years or whatever it is. So you got some young vets in that team, and then off the bench, you know, you got Frank, and you got Mitchell Robinson, and you got Kevin Knox. You know, so you got young guys. You got Alonzo Trier. You got those young guys coming off the bench.
I feel like the young guys, they come in hungry. They come in ready to play, and the vets, you know, they start the game off well. They get us started, and the young guys come in. They do their thing. Yeah. Big shout outs to Mudiay for the poster dunk. The best part of that was how Trey Burke just pumped him up, and I felt the excitement, and I felt Trey Burke was happy for him, you know what I mean? A couple of games ago, I felt like he would have did that dunk, and it would have just been like oh well to everybody else, you know? But I feel like we're coming together as a team. You know, we're improving, we're developing. I see a little bit more coaching out there from Fizdale as well. I've seen a couple little more actions out there besides the ISO game. So I like what we were doing. Kanter was a monster tonight on the boards. Yeah, man, like I said, went to the land of the grit and the grind. We gritted and grinded with them, and, you know, we got the victory. We even scored 100 points.
Yeah, 103 points.
100
That's
points on a team that holds. We scored, 104, 103 points over a team that holds teams under 100.
Yeah, they gave up 103 points per game. They gave up 103 points per game. We scored 103, so we kept it right at the average. You know, we kept it right at the average.
But
yeah. Let me get to Nate.
When you go up there in Memphis, it's gonna be a hard game, and we did that.
Exactly. Nate,
what's up, man? How you doing?
What you think about the game, man?
Hey, man, the defense came to play. I think we held our first team under 100 points all season. So to me, it looks like the defense is progressing to where we want it to be. And it's in this 3-game winning streak, all I can say is that the passing's been better, efficiency's been better, the defense has been better. I mean, they're really putting together some good wins. And I got to give a shout out to Mudiay, man. Mudiyay's been playing really well. And right now, Fizdale's hitting all the right buttons as far as how to work these point guards. Every point guard brings something to the table. So I'm really very pleased with how everything's going. And hey, you know, just continue to get better. That's all we can ask for.
Okay. And I'm looking in the chat. One thing, you are correct. This is the first time all season we kept the team under 100 points, so that's a good thing. But looking in the chat, I see someone say something about, I think it was Mighty Knicks, who said Mario Hezonja, he's seen just one cut from Mario Hezonja. And you're right, Monty, there was a cut from Mario Hezonja. I was happy to see that cut. It was a nice backdoor cut. I forgot who delivered the pass. I think it was Noah Vonleh who delivered the pass to Mario Hezonja with a nice backdoor cut and then made the layup. Those are the type of principles and things that we want to see from the team more often, because if we continue to do that and that becomes part of our offense, and that's not something that has to be, when that becomes part of our offense, that's not something that has to be, it's a set play. You know, that's just basic basketball. You know what I mean? You're getting overplayed, you cut back door, you know, and you look for it. But it needs to be practiced as a principle. I like that we've seen it. Now, we've seen it happen one time with Mario Hezonja. Hopefully we continue to have it more, because that right there is what Mario Hezonja can do. And, you know, looking at Mario Hezonja, people are calling for Mario Hezonja to, lose his position in the starting lineup. I disagree, and there's a reason that I disagree. The reason that I disagree with you, at least right now, is because at the moment, Mario Hezonja is in the starting lineup, and the Knicks are playing well. Right? The Knicks are playing well. We are obviously, you know, we've won 3 of our last 4 games using this starting lineup and the other lineups. And just maybe there's something to the chemistry of the lineups that's on the floor. Maybe Mario Hezonja isn't adding, you know, giving you points or rebounds or the things that you want. But maybe there's just something to the chemistry, and you can't overlook it. Now, I see people in the chat all the time when I talk about when I talk about chemistry, and they say, "Oh, chemistry doesn't mean that much." Da 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 da. And I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. I think chemistry means a lot. And if having Mario Hezonja in the starting lineup, although he's not producing the way that we would hope he produces, if having him in the starting lineup balances out the team and adds chemistry, or for some reason his presence brings a certain amount of chemistry amongst the team, then I want to keep him there. So right now, I wouldn't take him out just for the sake of taking him out because, Damian Dotson needs to play. I'd keep him there. See if we can continue to have this type of chemistry on the floor. See if we can continue to make this work. Right? So that's the reason that I do not want to see Mario Hezonja come out that lineup right now, because I think the lineups are working. And if it's working, I just don't understand why you would take him out. That's my opinion. I know, people are saying, he's not good or he sucks or da-da-da-da-da. But maybe there's just something to where he sets up on the floor. Maybe he does, you've seen him do that backdoor cut. Maybe there's something with his size. Maybe there's something with his versatility. We'll watch it a little bit further to see if what he provides, to see if his presence brings something to the lineup that's on the floor. We'll just have to look at it a little bit further. But right now, I wouldn't touch it. I'd continue to see how long we can ride this out. That's just my opinion on it. And I could be wrong. Of course, I could be wrong. That's my opinion on it. Let me go around. I want to see what you guys' opinions are, concerning Mario Hezonja, and if he should be if he should be moved from that starting lineup. Guillermo, since I just brought you back in. Guillermo, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. So what happened? You kicked me out?
Nah, I didn't kick you out. I think you kicked yourself out.
Oh,
I don't know what happened. You just were going. But let me ask you. I see people, they're in the chat. They're talking about Mario Hezonja. They want him out of the lineup because, they say he's not producing this or that. I'm in disagreement. I feel like if these lineups are working right now, and maybe there's just something that he brings to the table where he moves on the floor, something that he does that brings chemistry to this group, even if he's not scoring right now. I just feel like it's not time to mess with it. Let's see where it goes. What do you think?
Yes, Sim, this is the same people that said they didn't want Burke in a lineup, and it was only a few saying that Burke still has value. So, I mean, it is what it is. Right now, Hezonja is not really as hot or as, consistent as he was before, but I have to look at the plus and minuses. I mean, he's been facilitating the ball. He's been taking the shots, but he's been making them here and there. And I just feel like we have so many players on this team where there's so much development that you can't really get a grasp. You can't really play a guy 40 minutes and say, nah, he's never going to leave the lineup, right? It's. I think Fizdale's still trying to. I hate as much. I like consistency, but he's still trying to get a feel with certain guys. Like Mudiay got hot, right? Mudiay is hot right now. He's probably been our most consistent player. Guys, a few games ago, guys would have said, nah, you can't play him because he sucks. Same thing with Burke. So it's like we have to get a feel for certain guys. And it's also game to game. Some guys we need small. Sometimes you need small lineups. Sometimes we need our threes and our fours to drive to the basket and be aggressive. Right. Sometimes we need them to do more of the dirty work. So it's a feel for it. Why would you take that guy out? I just don't think we should panic. I think we should go game by game because, again, some of these guys may have to trade, Sim. If we can get them hot, we trade them off, and then we build for next season. So this team, there's a lot of stuff that's in flux. Remember, this is the same people, or a lot of the same people saying that Burke should not be in a lineup because he sucks and we need to trade him. And look what he's doing now. So
right, yeah,
just be a little bit patient.
I agree with you. We got a new guy in the chat. I don't have his name right now. He just says guess. I don't have his name, but I think he knows who I'm talking about. So, new guy, what's going on, man?
How you doing, Simeon?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. I don't know why the name's not in there. I did post it on the site, so but we'll check that out after.
Yeah. How you doing?
I will see you also on the 21st of January.
Oh,
my wife and I are going to go down and check it out.
Great.
Love your show. Shout out to everybody on it.
Thank you.
listen to you guys quite often. Lots of time the day after, but we're on tonight.
Hey, that's great. What's your name?
Barry.
Barry? Nice to meet you, Barry. I'm glad you joined us on the show. How'd you feel about the game tonight?
Oh, wonderful. 3 in a row. Come on.
Yeah, tell me about it. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. 3 in a row.
Nope.
And, next we play Detroit next. So, that's going to be, a team that it's going to be some competition. But, with the way that we're playing, if we can continue to play with this type of intensity and spirit that we're playing with, I'm not worried.
Absolutely. They're all tough, but the boys are playing good. The kids are playing good.
Yeah, they're playing good. So how long you been a Knicks fan?
Well, I started about the time Stoudemire came over, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Been liking it ever since. So been watching them, been rooting for them, and really like what's happening now.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to come back to you, Barry. We got someone else who just joined us in the chat. I want to get a little bit of their input. Oh, actually, before I go, we're talking about the lineups a little bit. And what do you think about Mario Hezonja in the starting lineup? Some people are calling for him to come out the lineup because he's not producing right now. I think he should stay because it just adds to the chemistry of the lineup, I think, right now at least. What do you think?
Absolutely. The team's won 3 in a row now with him in the starting lineup, and we got to trust in Fizz. He knows when to take him out, and he knows when to, put him back in. I think that's my personal opinion.
Well, he's definitely been juggling lineups around, moving them around, trying to figure out what the best lineups are. I like these 2 lineups. I just like it because you got vets playing with vets and young kids playing with young kids, and I just think that means a lot when you have, especially for our young guys like Frank, maybe not Trier as much. He seems to be able to play with anyone. Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson, I feel like they're going to be more confident and play better when they're playing with people their age. Someone like Kevin Knox, would be less afraid to demand the ball. Frank Ntilikina, less afraid to demand the ball because they're playing with people their age. So I like the mix of the 2 lineups right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
All right. I'm going to get to the recap. I'm going to recap, some of the box scores a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. And then we'll get back to the video chat. Looking at the box score, let's check out the matchup. Let's see. The Knicks, they had a decent first quarter. Okay. We scored 21 points. The Grizzlies scored 26 points. Second quarter, Grizzlies again scored 26. We had 22 in the second. Third quarter, we really came out and put it on them. We scored 35. The Grizzlies 19. We outscored them by 16 in that third quarter. All right, really came out and played a great third quarter. Fourth quarter was 27-25. Grizzlies outscored us by 2, but we still, we executed when it was really necessary. We played defense. We grinded it out. Hardaway had made a big 3 to really propel us. I think we were down 2 at that point, I believe, and Hardaway knocked down a big 3, even though he wasn't, he wasn't really hitting all night. He came on in the second half. Hardaway came on in the second half, and he knocked down a big 3. And listen, including myself, a lot of people argue about, taking Hardaway out and giving him the same treatment as other people. But when he's off and then he can come in and knock down a big 3 as he did tonight, it's hard to argue. Very hard to argue with it, right? Looking at the rest of the matchup, there were 6 lead changes. The longest run by any team was 9. We had 5 ties throughout the game. The Grizzlies had a 13-point lead. I was a little bit nervous at that point. I was looking to see how the Knicks were going to respond, and we responded very well. Obviously, we came back, responded well, and went on a run of our own. Our biggest lead was 9. We dominated the boards tonight. Thank you to Enes Kanter, who had 25, 26 boards or whatever it was. We had 56 rebounds. The Grizzlies, who average only 39 rebounds a game, had 41 tonight. The Knicks, a low assist number again tonight, a low assist number. Now, that's going to be expected when you're playing against the Grizzlies, because the Grizzlies play that grind out type of game, right? I mean, they're grabbing, they're holding, they're pulling your jerseys. So you should expect to have a low assist number. We had 17 assists tonight. The Grizzlies had 27. Steals, we had 4 steals. The Grizzlies had 5. We had 5 blocks. The Grizzlies had 19 blocks tonight. I'm going to tell you, the beginning of that third quarter, they were throwing everything back. That's when I was really beginning to get nervous. That third quarter, no, I'm sorry, not the beginning of the third. The beginning of that fourth quarter, when they finally took that lead, they were throwing everything back, and I was like, man, I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this one out. Obviously, we did. We only had 7 turnovers tonight. The Memphis Grizzlies had 7 turnovers as well. So we took care of the ball, which is necessary when playing a team like the Grizzlies that want to get up in your face and be aggressive. It shows that we weren't afraid. We only shot 37% from the field tonight. We shot 36% from 3, and it's nice to pull out a grind out win when you're not shooting well. We did that tonight. We went to the line 32 times, shot 84.4%. All right, the Memphis Grizzlies went to the line 19 times. They only made 11. They were 36% from 3. They shot 44% from the field. The Memphis Grizzlies did. So we found ways. We found ways to get it done tonight. Tony, what's popping, man? How you feeling about the game?
What's good, Sam? Yo, Blackest Time. Shout out to the chat. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Yes,
Beautiful
sir.
Win.
Beautiful win. Beautiful win.
I was watching from work in between customers.
Yeah.
But you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
I hear you. That's right. Gotta do what you gotta. Hey, there was a lot of beauty in the ugliness tonight. It was ugly sometimes, but there's a lot of beauty in the ugliness, man. It was a beautiful struggle tonight.
Agreed.
Like my man Talib Kweli.
I'm really loving this next man up. You know what I mean? You don't know who you're gonna get it from, and everybody's ready.
Yeah.
Everybody's ready when their number's called.
Yeah.
So
yeah, guys ready.
I'm loving this team right now.
Yeah, I'm liking what I see, man. Running down the box score, Mario Hezonja played 21 minutes. He had 4 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. And listen, for those who argue that Hezonja should be off the floor, he was a +5. As the plus minus, take from it what you will. It's not the end all be all, but he was a +5 tonight. Noah Vonleh, 7.6 rebounds, and although he didn't have those type of numbers, he provided some toughness down there for us. Dealing with him and knucklehead over there who wanted to try to bang him around a little bit and get upset. He provided some toughness for us, right? Enes Kanter, 21 points, 26 rebounds, had 3 assists, only had 2 turnovers. I mean, Kanter was that toughness tonight, man. People got to give it up to him. Kanter really came up big. Now he's playing with a guy, Marc Gasol is not going to do much pick and roll action, right? He just has to deal with him down low. I think he did as good of a job defending Marc Gasol down low as you're going to do, right? Marc Gasol also had a couple of threes, not entirely on Kanter, with some other guys guarding him. But Kanter did a great job tonight, man. Played 40 minutes, 21 points, 26 rebounds. Not much you can argue about with that. Tim Hardaway had a really rough first half. Started to pull it together in the second half. Had 22 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Hit a big 3-pointer to put us ahead. And I believe that 3-pointer maybe put us ahead for good. Have to go back and look at it. Mudiay continued to play well. Came into this game shooting 50% from the field. Tonight he was 5 for 12, 41.7%. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, if you make 5 out of 12 shots, is as close to 50% there as you're gonna get, right? 2 rebounds, 4 assists. And I'm starting to feel like Mudiay has cemented his spot as the starting point guard for the season, Tony, for real.
Solidified. Yo, shout out to Prince for the early call on Mudiay.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. It really is starting to feel like Mudiay has cemented himself as the starting point guard for the New York Knicks. His size, and his confidence is growing, right? Mm-hmm. And you can see it game by game. He's more confident in what he's doing on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So his confidence is definitely growing, and he's it's starting to feel like we'll see if it goes. But from what I'm seeing from him, it looks like this is not something that, I don't know, just when I see him on the floor and the confidence that he has when he's having the ball in his hands, he's going to the basket. He's not afraid to make mistakes, right? But because he's not afraid to make mistakes, he's not really making mistakes, And I feel like it may only get better for Mudiay, man.
I hope so. I feel
like it might only get better for him.
I'm super impressed with him. I want to talk to the chat real quick and let him know. I hope they're giving Burke his respect on the defensive end finally.
Okay.
Because the past couple of games, he's been, even when he's not scoring, he's playing defense.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing defense. He's playing hard. He's playing them passing lanes. He came up with a big steal tonight.
Mm-hmm. Big steal.
That's all you can ask from him. He's undersized. The way the NBA goes, you're gonna go after the little guy.
Mm-hmm.
But there's things that the little guy can do. You gotta ball denial. You gotta play passing lanes. You're not gonna obviously block these guys' shots. They're gonna be able to shoot over you, so you gotta stop them from getting the ball.
Right.
Kanter's defense has improved the past couple of games. Let's give him his prop.
Yeah, it has. We were just talking about it with Mark. Kanter, you see him using his hands a lot more, getting his hands high, right? Instead of, having his hands low, waist level, he's closing out with his hands high. Guys coming to the basket. Maybe he can't jump, but he's got his hands high. I don't know if it was against the Pelicans, but he actually tried to block someone coming to the basket, and he jumped. He didn't jump high, but he jumped, and he fouled him. But I'll take it.
Yeah,
I take
it.
You know what I mean?
Had 3 blocks. He had 3 blocks against the Pelicans.
Yeah. So that's all we can ask. We know his limitations defensively, but get your hands up. Try to make it as difficult as possible. You know what I mean? And he's doing it. He's doing it, and I think he feels a lot better that he's starting. Right, I think he feels a lot better that he's back in the starting lineup. So that's why we're gonna see performances like this. Mitchell Robinson tonight, 13 minutes, no points, 2 rebounds, and it's gonna be nights like this for Mitchell Robinson. And just that's just how it is. Frank Ntilikina only played 13 minutes, 7 points, 6 rebounds. And for those, there's a lot of people that they're saying, "Oh, I wish we seen more of Frank tonight." You got to understand something about this game. In this game, you needed to have scoring in there because it's such a grind out defensive game, and the Knicks were playing decent defense. You really needed to have some people in there to score the ball. If you weren't going to have guys in there to score the ball, that's going to consistently score the ball. Now Frank was 2 for 6 tonight. He took shots. He had 6 rebounds. He had ended up with 7 points. But if you're not going to have guys that's going to really be able to score the ball against a defense like this, you're going to be in trouble. So I get it. I get it. You know what I mean? You needed to have guys in there that was going to be able to attack and score because this is a rough and tough defense. Kevin Knox tonight only played 7 minutes, 2 rebounds. Alonzo Trier, 22 minutes. 5 for 12 from the field, 10 points, 4 rebounds. And, this was a game that was tailor-made for Alonzo Trier, too. He's one of them guys. He's a tough dude. And he's strong when he goes to the basket, knows how to use his body well. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Man, I hope we keep it going. I hope we keep it going. I love the improvement we're showing. Free throws down the stretch has saved us these past 2 games.
Yep.
Where that could have been the cause of a lot of our losses early. Missing free throws in the fourth quarter. It's just a great all around team win. I'm proud of my team. Let's just keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, definitely, man. Let's keep this going. It's it feels good. It feels good, and hopefully we can continue to play this type of a game. I want to get. What do you think about the question about Mario Hezonja? Do you think he should come out the lineup? There's a lot of people calling for his head. Does he come out the lineup? Do you think?
Well, what I'll say is we're winning. We're winning these last 3 games. Let's not change it. Let's keep it going. Fizdale, he takes him out when he's not producing, and when he's producing, he'll get his minutes. It's, again, like I keep saying, that next man up, you don't know who it's gonna be. Everybody's getting a fair shot, and I actually like that. I like that line. I like the lineup we starting with right now. I like the young guys coming off the bench with the energy. I leave it alone. I think he's gonna have his moments coming up soon as well.
I agree.
He might be the last one, pretty much. I mean, he has underperformed. He has been a little bit of a disappointment. But even watching what he's capable of, he can literally do it all.
Yeah. The
boy can pass. He could shoot. He plays hard on defense. He could rebound. He could bring the ball up. Like, it's just a matter of time. He's going to have a breakout game, too. We're going to see a lot of different guys this year have a lot of different, great performances.
Yeah. I think the thing that he needs to do, in my opinion, is more of what we seen him do today when he had that backdoor cut. I think that's where he's going to really fit in, because you got guys in, Tim Hardaway, is going to go one-on-one and score. Kanter, when he gets the ball in the post, he's not looking to pass it back out. He's looking to score, as he should. Mudiay is looking to get the ball around. And then you got Noah Vonleh, who's just gonna, he's gonna be your rebounder, shoot threes every once in a while, score a little bit. I think Mario Hezonja in this lineup should be the slasher, right? The guy that's always backdoor cutting to the basket, going backdoor, flashing from the wing to the middle of the paint, looking for a little jumper. Guy that you're running off of screens. I think he's that kind of a player, and that's maybe where he can fit in within this offense and get his points and be able to get 10, 12, 13 points a game by just doing those little things, flashing to the basket, slashing to the basket from different positions on the floor. I think he can do that. It's just going to take some time for him to find his spot, but I feel like with this squad right now, There's something with the chemistry, obviously, right? There's something with the chemistry that I don't touch it. I don't mess with it. I keep it there.
Yep. Yeah. And it's not like someone else has made a clear-cut case to be like, you know what, he should be started.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody's just having their little spurts here and there. So unless Max comes out and starts getting like 20 or 15 points off the bench for consecutive games, then you might want to consider, moving Knox and doing something. But right now, like, it's working.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody's really defined themselves as a better option.
Right.
So yeah, let's rock with it.
And you know what, Tony? Even if Knox started, he got hot and he was going 20 a game or something, or 15 to 20 points a game. If the lineups are working, I don't care who's starting and not starting. To be honest with you, we've all heard it plenty of times. What matters is who ends the game, right? Yep. Who finishes the game off? Who's there in the fourth quarter getting it done for you? That's really what counts. Who cares who starts the game? You got to have 5. to start, right? Who cares who starts the game? Whoever, the people that ends the game, that's going to be the guys that you trust during the game, right? To end it. If the Knicks are playing well and the lineups are working and Knox started getting hot, I wouldn't even put him in the starting lineup then. I just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Because I would just let it go. Because you might put him in the starting lineup and the same chemistry isn't there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy for what I'm seeing right now. Definitely happy for what I'm seeing. I do want to see the offense continue to evolve, continue to move, continue to evolve. There was a point in the fourth quarter when, there was just a little bit of ISO play. Like, I think it was Alonzo Trier came down. He had the ball on the wing. I was screaming for him to swing it back up to the top. Instead, he went one-on-one, went to the basket. Jaren Jackson blocked the shot.
Oh man, that kid had a phenomenal game defensively.
Yeah, he did. Yep. Yeah, man.
He's a rookie, right? He was like the second pick.
I forgot what pick he was, but he's a rookie. He's a rookie.
He was a high lottery pick because I remember thinking that kid wasn't going to fall.
Yeah, but he's a rookie, man, and he's a rookie that's definitely doing his thing. Got to give it to him. We got to give it to him. I'm gonna get back. Hey, Tony, I'm gonna get back to the chat. I want to go over some keys to development that we talked about earlier in the pregame. All right.
No doubt, Sam. I'll holler at you later.
All right, peace, man.
Shout out to the chat. Yo, Black is time.
Peace. Yeah, definitely. Good call, Tony. Good call. And a lot of things to be excited about tonight with the New York Knicks, man. I know I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. You know what? I'll go ahead and I'll get to another call. And then I'm going to get to these. I'm going to pull it up right now. These were the keys to development that we had earlier in the pregame. And if you haven't seen the pregame, you can go back and look at the pregame, see what we talked about, and see if what we predicted came true. I did predict the win today. Hasn't always gone that well in the past, though. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
What's going on, Sam?
I'm chilling, man. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm excited. This was a good win, man. This was really good.
Yeah, definitely a good win, man. A really good, feel-good win. It's 3 in a row. We'll see how long we can extend the streak. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, okay, we win 3. If we end up taking a loss at some point, let it be a good loss, and then let's get right back on track. But what do you think about this game?
A couple of things. I'll try to be quick. I think one of the things I saw in this game is that I feel like we were looking at a mirror at a better version of ourselves, because it's like Coach Fizdale coached that team last year, and that team plays really hard. And I feel like the players that we have and that they have, they kind of mesh in line, where Gasol is, he's just like Kanter in terms of they're kind of slow, they're big, bulky. And I just feel like the system that they're playing is the system that we want to play, but and also the style, like the players play hard.
Right.
So I feel like we were facing ourselves, a future version of ourselves, and we won, basically. That's how I kind of see the game, how it played out. And I feel like the mistakes that we made in this game, a lot of them, the players were aware. Like one of the balls, when Conley drove to the rim and then nobody stopped the ball, the players realized it. So I feel like there's a lot of plays like that they can go back and look in film and learn from.
Right. And I agree with you. So I felt like,
it was great.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you that we were kind of looking at, because I thought about that earlier. I thought about that during the game, that, we were kind of looking at a team that is kind of like us. You know what I mean? It's kind of like us.
It's Fizdale's blueprint, I feel like.
Yeah, with Fizdale's blueprint. Exactly.
And I don't know, to go back to answer your Hazonia question, I don't know if we're still on that, but I feel like Hazonia, it's the way that he plays naturally is the way that anybody in the 3 spot in our system should play. So I feel like it's Hazonia's spot to lose. Because if he lives up to his potential and just plays how he should naturally play, then he's going to be putting up numbers. But if he doesn't, either way, Fizdale has to put it in the system where whoever's in that spot, they need to slash to the rim. They need to do the backdoor cuts. They just need to help out the person on pick and roll.
Right.
Because a lot of times the person will roll and there's nobody slashing to help them out if they miss or to get open for a pass or things like that. I feel like Kanter and Hezonja have good chemistry when it comes to that. When Kanter has the ball, Hezonja knows like where to slash. They have good chemistry. So it goes to what you were saying.
Yeah. Stay on the line. Stay on the line with me for a minute, all right?
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about just some keys to development. You know, I do a pregame, usually before the games, about a half an hour before the game. And, you know, some things we talked about today is, to continue to develop and win and push us along. We talked about keeping up the intensity. Right, that the Knicks need to, the past 4 games we've been coming into the game with some intensity, right? And I think it has to do with the lineups. The fact that I don't want to say he's settled in on lineups yet, but we've had the same lineup for 4 games. Not that we haven't had that. These lineups, I think, fit together, and I think they all feel a little bit more comfortable with each other with these lineups. So keep up the intensity, and that's something that we knew we needed to do that against the Memphis Grizzlies. All right, strong start. We had a decent start. It was 26-21 in the first quarter. We had a good start to the game. Play efficient team basketball. I can't say that we played efficiently from the field. We only shot 30% from the field. But we did, we shared the ball. We may not be, we didn't get an absorbent amount of assists, right? We had 17 assists tonight. But it wasn't, the ISO ball is slowing down. We're moving the ball a little bit more, and we may still end up in an ISO play, but it's out of ball movement. And then, of course, Kanter was hot tonight. Kanter was getting it in tonight. So we moved the ball, swinging around the perimeter, and then found Kanter in the post. When you get Kanter in the post, you probably want him to try to score unless he's getting double or triple teamed. Then he can kick it back out. If they're going to go one-on-one with Kanter, then you give him the ball in the post and let him go, because most people aren't going to be able to stop Kanter in the post. Execute in the fourth quarter. This is a key step to our development as a team, and we did it tonight. We've been doing it the past few games. I think against Portland and Boston, we struggled a little bit in the fourth quarter. We pulled it out in Boston. We had a large lead against Boston. We let them back in the game, especially in the fourth quarter, but we were able to pull it out. We had a very good fourth quarter against the Pelicans. I think we scored 27 points. It was like 27-19 or something, whatever it was. Had a good fourth quarter against the Pelicans. We executed well. We pulled that game out. And now tonight, we lost the fourth quarter 27-25. I don't know if that's the barometer of execution. I think we still executed well in the fourth quarter. Now, I'm not going to say great. We executed well enough to win based on, Memphis Grizzlies' tough defense, right? Memphis Grizzlies, they're only giving up 103 points per game. But we did as well as we could do, I think, executing against the Grizzlies. We had a couple of times where we fell into some one-on-one traps, especially during that stretch where Jaren Jackson was blocking us. And then we had a couple of guys who wanted to go at him, and he continued to throw it back in our face. Right, but that was one thing we talked about at halftime, is that we couldn't fall into the trap of going one-on-one, and we held off on it. We held off on it. We moved the basketball as much as we could, got it to the right people, and pulled the game out. So, we are definitely developing, and we can see the development from this team. We're developing. Yep. We're learning how to execute in the fourth quarter. We have a number of games that we lost earlier in the season where our record could look a little bit different. We're 7-14 now. There's a couple of games that if we could execute in the fourth quarter the way we've been doing these past few games, we could easily be, somewhere like 9-12 instead of 7-14 or have a record even a little closer than that. So, big shout out, man. Big shout out to the Knicks and Fizz there. I like what they're doing. Love what I'm seeing right now. Love what I'm seeing.
It's great.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, I appreciate the call. I'm gonna get back to the chat. And
all right, I'm definitely going to be there on the 21st.
Okay,
I'll definitely be in attendance, so I look forward to seeing everybody in the chat.
Appreciate it. Yeah, definitely.
I think your platform is great, man. This is super dope. Like, as a Knicks fan, this is dope. So keep doing your thing, man.
Thank you. We're gonna keep doing it for the fans. That's why we got the video chat up, man. So we want fans to be able to speak and say what they got to say, not just hear ESPN and MSG, those guys. We want to be able to, we got something to say.
No politics here. No politics. It's straight Knicks talk, straight basketball talk.
Exactly, man. And we got something to say too. So good deal, man. Looking forward to it. I'm going to have a conference call maybe in the next month or something like that about the Martin Luther King Day game. So we'll be able to talk a little bit about it. All right, man. All right, peace. Have a good one. All right, great call. Let's get back to the video chat, man. If I can find it, here we go. Got it. And listen, I apologize that you guys can't see that's a little bit different. I can see that's a little bit different. My head is pointed a different way. I had a little bit of technical difficulty, so I had to move some things around to make it work. We get to one more call, and then we're gonna get back to the video chat. Calling on live with nothing but Knicks. What's popping?
Yo, what's good, man? It's AJ from Queens.
What's poppin', AJ, man? How you feeling?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm good. All right, so tell me how you feeling about the game, man.
It was pretty good. I think it's kind of, so far, like, for the quarter of the season, it's a macro of what's going on with the Knicks. Basically, Fizz, he's pretty good. He's developing all the boys so far that have NBA experience. Now, all the rookies they're not showing out because, you know what I mean, they're rookies. Frank is a second-year player, but we know Jeff wasn't, too high on him, so I consider him a rookie again. And they wasn't showing out, but the rest of the boys, Mudiay, Burke, he's pretty good at developing.
Yeah, they're developing, man. You got to give them that. They're definitely developing. You can see them learning. They're learning how to play the basketball game. And it's great. It's great to see. It's great to see. We haven't had this in well, I don't know if we've ever had it with the Knicks, but it's definitely great to see.
Yeah, you ain't lying about that. You probably got to go back to his old mentor. Damn, I'm forgetting his name now. Pat Riley.
Right.
See, that's one thing he learned from him too, right? You got to be a real leader. Even though we talk about floor generals and all that, the coach got to be the real leader. Mm-hmm. He got to lead this. And one thing that he started as soon as he got the job was, I believe in my boys. I'm going to get the confidence in them. I hope they have the confidence in me. And he's been riding with that 100%. And it shows any good coach that can convey constructive criticism to their players, and the players take it as constructive criticism, you're going to get the best out of them, guaranteed. Yeah. Because they're going to ride for you. You know what I'm saying? Look at Popovich. I mean, I ain't going to say Brad Stevens so far this year because, they having some ego problems. That's not his fault. He got to play Hayward. But anyway, good coaches can get the best out of their players. Yeah. Because they know how to connect to them. And that's very important. You look at it, too. I wanted to plug in Bud. There was a recent quote about Giannis talking about how Jason Kidd used to yell at his players, and they'll go in their shell. And Bud is able to be constructive with his criticism. And look how Milwaukee's playing. So I wanted to say that because, we was looking at Bud in the coaching interviews, too. And he was, wasn't he about, like, the runner-up, like, second?
Yeah. But I think, I feel like Bud, I don't know if he wanted the job with the Knicks or not, but I feel like he fell into the right spot. That's probably where he wanted to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think he was willing to take the chance because there was one superstar here. That was one thing about it. Same thing with Fizdale, too. He wanted to take it because there's at least one superstar you could build around. That's why Bud said, if I can't go to the Knicks, I'm going to just go to Milwaukee with another superstar.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that the front office was looking into a coach who really knows how to develop their players. Yeah. And it's just showing me. You know what I mean? We never really had that. And finally having a coach, now we can actually talk about players having, their second draft, their comeback years, or players actually developing. One thing I wanted to jump on about Mario is we need to give the boy a try. First, because it's Scott Perry's guy, sure, but he's on a 1-year rental. The other boys we got, that we've seen what he already had his flashes. You know what I'm saying? He put up consecutive double-digit points. We know what he can do. And we got him for, if I'm correct, 2 more years.
Who?
Frank, Dotson.
Right. We got Dotson. Yeah.
We got Dotson. And he had his flashes compared to Mario. Mario, he didn't show out yet. So we need to give him his time. And, it's going to be down to whether we're going to cut Mario or Ron Baker. Now, we don't have no depth at the wing. So probably I think Ron Baker's going to go. But, Mario needs that chance to show he can, he can hold it down. Because to be totally honest with you, Knox isn't ready right now. Okay. He's not. If you look at his real plus minus, he's real bad. He's in a 4th percentile on defensive rebounds at his position. You know what I'm saying? Mario, he's better than that. Let's be honest. So we need to give Knox some time and not mess with his confidence. That's a big thing.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, Knox definitely has some learning to do. But that's okay. That's all right. That's what this coaching staff was supposed to be about. But hey, man, I appreciate the call. All right. Appreciate the call. I'm gonna get to the chat here. I want to talk to them just about where they've seen us make some developmental strides and can we move, can we keep it going? But I appreciate it, man. Talk to you soon.
No problem. Peace.
All right. Peace. All right, chat. I'm coming back to you. Before I get back to the chat, big shout out to my man, Marty Knicks, for the super chat. Said Vonleh is better than O'Quinn. Not even close. You know what? He is proven to be, I think, a little bit better than O'Quinn, and he's a little younger. He said Vonleh, and then Chester said Vonleh is the most complete player. He seems to be doing things complete tonight. Right now, Vonleh's been playing very well over this stretch of wins by the Knicks. And then Marty Knicks said, "Don't believe the ISO hype. 5-game losing streak is coming up." I don't know. You know what? We all said that we was gonna get wiped up in this current streak of games that we have, and so far we've stepped up to the challenge. So we don't know what to expect from these Knicks right now. Anthony Dunbar, what's popping, man?
Sin, what's good, fam?
I'm chilling, man. How you feel?
I'm always feeling good when the Knicks get a victory.
Yeah, all right. That's what me too, man. Always.
All right, let's get into it. I see there's some Mario Hezonja discomfort out there, and I don't know why. If you look at Mario Hezonja, by just not seeing what his stat line says, Mario Hezonja knows how to play basketball. Mario Hezonja moves without the ball. A couple of times tonight, I saw him help Kanter out in the middle by sliding his feet, taking a couple of, throwing his arms up. And plus, he's long. He's not overly tall at 6'8" for the power forward position, but he's long. And he's not bad defensively. He could bring up the ball. He could do a couple of different things. The one thing that Fizdale should do for him is run a couple of plays for him. Like, I've seen him run plays where they release an alley-oop for the young guy, for Robinson. Like, Mario, he needs some off the ball, some down screens and coming off, catching and curling. A couple of these, like, all his output is either, if he doesn't cut, it's like on the the backside, they'll reverse the ball and hit him in the corner for that three. And he's not. It's like he needs more rhythm. He needs more attempts at it. So Fizz could help him out right there. Yeah,
and that's one thing we haven't seen with Fizdale so far. And maybe he's still learning the guys. I don't know, but guys that are struggling, we haven't seen him try to get them going. Right? None of them. Not even Hardaway. Hardaway's gonna shoot anyway. So I don't know if he has to try to get Hardaway going, because Hardaway has that confidence that he's going, that his next shot is going in. But he hasn't tried to really get a specific player going. And you can see it in the game, right? When there's a player that's not hot and the team is trying to get this guy going, you can see it, you can tell it. He hasn't done that yet.
Yeah, and I'm almost thinking, I'm like, because he used to, and I don't want to get on the coach, because I've liked everything he's done for the most part, except for when he was so simple in his approach to offensive basketball, which was just a dribble handoff motion.
Right.
And it made me think, I'm like, well, can these guys not handle more than just the dribble handoff motion play? There's nothing else that these guys can actually do outside of that and the ISO. So I don't want to kill Fizz there, because everything else, the hard play, the sneaker squealing, the muscling up. This was a good game tonight, because Memphis is a muscle up team, and they really showed some. When it was time, when Memphis started throwing some extra hands, and the refs were terrible tonight. Because I can't remember a game where a team has 19 block shots and they lose the game.
Right.
But I'm going to let you know just one thing. What happened to Dotson? Is Dotson like on some...
I really just think it's that. I don't think there's any, because I was asking the same thing about Trey Burke, right? When he wasn't getting any burn. I think it's more that there's a certain number of players that he's going to be comfortable playing, 9 players or whatever, 9, 10 players. And it's just hard to fit everybody in. And right now, I think he's looking at, these lineups are working. I'm just going to go with it.
You know what? And I agree with you to that, but I think we talked about this earlier. He's forcing knocks. He's really forcing knocks. And we don't want to sacrifice the development, just for a few extra wins. Because for me, my philosophy is get me a win every 4 games, I'm good. Get me a win every 4 games, protects our lottery status. I know we don't want to talk the T word, but protects our lottery status and keeps us feeling in a good way. But you totally took minutes from a guy that was playing well.
He was playing well. He was playing well. He had a couple of games that were, iffy, but everyone's going to have that. He was playing well. I guess we'll see. And maybe but you know what? There were some games when Mario wasn't playing either. Right? Mario won a few games where he didn't touch the floor. We'll see. And maybe he's just, again, trying guys out to see, who's really going to be the guys in the lineup and who's going to be isolated out.
Hey, that's what it is. Yeah. It was a good win tonight. I'm going to move on. My brother, you have a good one.
Appreciate you, man. Have a good one yourself.
All right.
All right, peace. All right, let me finally get to this. I've been saying that I'm going to get to the video chat, and I haven't yet. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to get to it right now. Video chat, man. What's poppin'? I want to talk to you about development. I want to know from you, what kind of development did you see in this game from the team? Obviously, we pulled it out in the fourth quarter, but did you see anything else? That talks about, just that shows that we're learning, we're growing, we're building, besides the win. All right, Nate, I'm going to come to you. What's up, Nate?
Yeah, I'm going to say aggression, man. I saw a lot more driving into the hole more consistently. I see a lot of aggression in these players. Like they're not afraid to go and take it to the rack, even though the guy did block almost every shot that was at the rim. They weren't afraid to do it. The tenacity, the will, the want. Right. I'm really liking what I'm seeing in these young guys, because usually young guys they don't always have that strong aggression in the beginning because they're still trying to fill the game out. Right. Like Trier, he's got no fear. Hell, even Mudiy's been making layups. That's his biggest knock since he's been a player, is finishing, and he's finishing with the best. I mean, when he made that dunk, I think that was a statement saying that, hey, this is a different guy that you're seeing playing. I'm more confident. I can take it to the hole with the best, and I just think that Fizdale's got this like dog mentality, and all these guys thinking that, hey man, you got to come out and you got to just take it to them. Yeah, and they did tonight.
Yeah. All right. Barry, what do you think, man? Have you seen, as far as development is concerned, how much development have you seen from the team? What are you seeing? What areas do you think we've made some development over these past 4 games?
Do we need some development, or have we had some development?
Have you seen, what areas of the game have you seen some development?
On these last 3 games, I've seen guard play get a lot better, a lot stronger, I believe. Defensively, I think they've gotten better. I can remember watching preseason games when they're switching a lot better, and I think they're starting to get back to that a little bit at this point in time also.
Right. Because there was a moment before this lineup change when the Knicks guard play was horrendous. It was bad. It was bad, and we were getting, it was just bad. We're getting better guard play from the point guard position, right? And I guess that has a lot to do with Mudiay starting as well. And then, Mudiay starting, Trey Burke is backing him up, and Frank is actually playing a little bit more 3 right now. He's not even playing point guard. I think he's playing more of a 3-2, maybe sometimes 1, sometimes like a point forward type of a guy. It's working, so nothing to complain about there, because it's definitely working. So guard play, yeah, that's definitely one. I'm gonna keep you open for a minute, Barry. I'm gonna pull in Isaiah. I see Isaiah got his hand raised. Maybe you two have a little. Go ahead, Isaiah, man.
Hey, what's going on, Sam?
Not much. So we're talking about development of teams, things that we've seen as far as players developing, team developing, anything.
As far as this game,
just from from in the last 3 games, how has the team developed? We're just doing a development check, since that's what this season is about.
To be quite frank, no pun intended, I didn't see a lot of development, to be honest with you. Not a lot, because we kind of relied more on the veterans than we did the young guys. I mean, for example, I know the last game we couldn't really use them because they both had foul trouble. But this game was like, what's confusing me, which I think this part is on Fizz. I don't think Kevin Knox should play the 4 right now. He needs to play the 3. It is just looking bad for him on the 4, and it's looking really bad that he's just not strong enough yet to handle the 4. I think they should literally put him back in the 3 just to get him comfortable and to get him in rhythm. Because I'm looking at the game, I was paying attention to Knox at this game because I don't understand when it comes to young guys that they want to prove they can shoot first rather than go to the paint. And the reason why Kevin Knox averaged 21 points in the summer league was because he drove to the paint and got to the line. I think he averaged like 8 trips to the line in the summer league. Yeah. He needs to drive more.
Well, it's which easier.
It's like we all know, we see this jumper. The jumper's going to be sweet. We see it. But I think he needs to drive way more than he is right now.
Yeah, well, it's a little easier to drive in summer league than it is to drive in the NBA. People just close out faster. You see a lane, you see a hole, and we've seen that the first few preseason games with Kevin Knox. He thought he had a lane to the basket, and he goes to drive, and it closes out quicker than he probably realized it was going to close out. That's something that a lot of rookies have to learn. I think. Listen, I think he's going to be fine, and I think he's going to adjust. I think he'll get it. He'll get it.
Oh no, I'm 100% agreeing. But also too with Mitch, I know Mitch is having a problem with the fouls, and he reminded me of KP when KP first came in to the league with fouls. Because KP was horrible. Like those first 2 years, KP could not stay on the floor because of those fouls. But he learned, he got better. I just want to see a little bit more from Mitch. And Mitch got to just stop using his hands so much. He got to use his feet. Same thing with Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox, and again, the reason I think why Kevin Knox is getting so much foul trouble is because he guards fours, and they're just literally like 40 pounds heavier than him. So I think Mitch just got to use his feet more. And he just his thing is he's got to get more weight, and his body's gonna fall out. And then Kevin Knox has got to move his feet and stop using his hands, and I think he needs to go back to the three to really get some production out of him, so he can stay in the games, so he can learn more. Because I understand sitting on the sidelines and paying attention, but at the end of the day, for you to get better, you got to get game reps.
No, I mean, still there's going to be games, even,
I know. They're going to have games where they just suck because they're rookies. Yeah, that's normal.
He's not going to play.
I don't care who you are.
Right. And I mean, about him going back to, I mean, I don't know how much it matters. I think he's going to play both positions anyway. He's going to end up guarding threes. He's going to end up guarding fours because he's 6'9", 6'10". Your threes and fours are going to be between the heights of 6'8" and 6'10". He's going to switch back and forth guarding either one of them, no matter what position you put him at when he's in the game. I just think he's got to learn how to defend at an NBA level, and throughout his career, he's going to play both. He's just got to learn how to defend at an NBA level, and it might take a while for him. We'll see, and hopefully he doesn't become. Hopefully he's not a non-defender for his career. Hopefully he can learn how to defend it. He wants to learn how to defend.
You know what it is though, Sam? I do think I do see. One thing with Knox is right now is just a lot of just with the energy and the effort, and I think Fizz is gonna light a fire under him. Where I think he's gonna get energized. Right now, I feel like he's judging his play by his shooting and his scoring right now, which a lot of players do. But I think once he gets a year under his belt and learns, I think he could be a decent defender, or at least above average a little bit. I just right now he's judging his effort on defense by his shot. That's clear. You can tell he does that.
You mean Knox?
Yeah, Knox. I mean, you can tell when he doesn't shoot well, he doesn't really put that much effort into the defense.
Young kids do that. Young kids do that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Their offense dictates their defense. That happens a lot with young kids. Guillermo, man, development.
That's good, Sam.
Development of the kids, development of the team.
So I'll say this. I agree with what Isaiah said. You're seeing a lot of production from some of the veterans, Burke, whatnot. I will say, I think you see more individual development, and I think it's more so with the attitude. Two guys who I think showed some great improvement in regards to confidence is Mudiay and Vonleh. Vonleh is shooting threes. Not saying he's shooting them like off the dribble or anything, but when he's open, he's no longer just this liability, right? He's no longer a guy where the center doesn't have to come out or the big man doesn't have to come out and kind of guard that. He's playing good defense. He's been on the boards. He's been a beast on the boards, man. His energy is infectious, and it's all confidence because it's not like he's doing anything markedly different from what he's did on other teams, especially in Portland. And Mudiay, man, like this dude, like I said, even when they miss a shot, this guy's pushing the tempo. It's not necessarily to score, but he's pushing the tempo so he doesn't allow the defense to kind of settle in. It's like a positive controlled chaos as a weapon. Like you got to have guys extra guy to come and commit. And it's like, if it's there, it's there. Hey, if he gets a layup or if he gets a double team and the guy's open, fine. But if the defense, they kind of reset and they guard it, now he's kind of looking around and seeing who's open. And it just keeps the defense constantly on their toes, which I think is extremely important for a team like ours. So, but in terms of team development, our pick and roll defense is still kind of pissed poor at times. I'm still amazed as to why teams don't just play pick and roll 24/7 on us, but it remains to be seen. I don't know why they keep playing ISO. And I would say defense regards to some of the closing lanes, I've seen two great plays, one by Mudiay, one by Burke today, one by Mudiay last game, where they kind of close. They kind of make great decisions on the closing lanes. Mudiay, especially last game, where I forgot who it was. I think it was a point guard. I can't remember who it was. He went into near the foul line, jumped up in the air, tried to make a pass, turn around, and Mudiay realized like he only had one way to go. Guy kind of trying to turn around and make the pass because he was in the air already. Mudiay had to steal, and I think it was a layup or something like that, or whatever. And it's stuff like that, closing off passing lanes, how the Celtics did.
Yo, I don't know what happened to Guillermo. Guillermo got cut himself off. I don't know. Prince, I'm coming to you, man. Development.
What's going on, Sam?
Development. We're talking about development.
Development, bro. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Like you said, we counted out Trey Burke early in the season because we didn't understand Fizz's whole pedagogy. We didn't understand his whole process of what he was doing. I didn't get to answer the question about Mario. I feel like you. I think Mario should keep playing, until Fizz figures out how he fits best with the team. So again, I don't think nobody truly needs to sit. I am seeing a positive progression. So like you said, what we've been waiting on, I think we're seeing it, but in small spurts. We're not getting that instant gratification where we're being able to see these kids go from zero to heroes overnight. That's not going to happen. So to see Fizz really putting in the work and see guys, listening to him, what he got, what he has upstairs, and putting it out there on the court, that's showing me that obviously there's progression going on, and that shows me also that they're buying into the system. Now, much like the player said earlier, one of the players said, not a player, but a caller called in and something that I said too. I just believe Fizz is not really worried about putting in a whole bunch of plays. He wants to worry about this team learning how to set good picks, how to read defenses, how to be able to play within themselves before you start implementing a whole bunch of new plays. So to see to see that, Sim, like I said, I'm happy with the progression that we're making. I see Trey Burke, he's starting to understand his position in the team by being that instant offense guy, but he also understands that he has to share the ball in sometimes. So we're starting to see a progression and a maturation in all of these players. Mudiay, same thing with Enes Kanter. We remember seeing him the first 5 games. We thought he would have been traded out of here just with his body language and the way that he was, responding to being benched. But now we're seeing that he's buying into his role of being that veteran leader on our team by grabbing 26 rebounds tonight and doing the dirty work that we need players to do. Everybody can't be a star, and we need guys to play roles and just to be dirty, that junkyard dog. We need those type of just worker bees on this team because we got a star in KP, and maybe we'll get another star coming in this summer, but we got a star, so we just need guys to start to respect and understand their roles.
All right, sound good. Davon, what's going on, man? Development. Hold on. What kind of development? Yeah, development, man.
I've seen a lot of.
What are you seeing?
Not a lot of individual development in the last couple of games, but I do see a lot of more team development. I see a lot of more team unity. I see a lot of more togetherness. Players, helping each other out. I've seen harder screens set. The defense is looking a lot better. Seems like players are playing a lot more than thinking about playing time or their next contract or things like that. So I see small amounts of development from all around the board. The coaching staff, I see a little development in the coaching staff as well. Fizdale, I can see little wrinkles here and there. But yeah, it's not too much development overall in the last couple of games. But I see we working and we working in the right direction.
All right. May I ask you about Mudiay? Do you think that Mudiay do you think he's going to continue his production?
Yeah, I think Fizdale got him. He's got him playing with the right guys. He's playing well. I see the efficiency. I see him, attacking the basket. I really like his jump shot. I really like how his 3-pointer is falling down. He's taking a lot more threes that are falling, and he's distributing the basketball. I see him. I can see him, being a starting point guard for the remainder of the year. Honestly.
Okay. All right. So all right. Let me get the Ant G. Ant Mudiay. Is Mudiay going to be the starting point guard for the season? Do you think he has cemented that spot? Is he the guy? Is he going to continue his production?
No, I wouldn't say for the season. For the, I think he cemented it for like at least the next couple of weeks, unless he, like he's playing. I don't see a reason why he shouldn't be. He's earned it. So, I think at least for the next couple of weeks for David Fisher, he's kind of shown us that, like you don't start the game and trying to drive by the way you play. I think it depends on what Fisher wants to do at the moment. So, if we keep winning, I don't see why we would take Moody out of the starting lineup.
Right.
If we keep winning, you got to roll what's working. And Moody so far has been the best experiment at point guard so far. I feel like Trey Burke was the worst starting point guard. Frank may have been second, and about Mudiay has all played both of them with the starting job. So
yeah,
I think for right now he's the guy.
All right. Yeah, I think it's his job. I think Mudiay is grabbing it. I think he's grabbing it by the bullhorns, man. Mark. I don't know if Mark is doing something. Mark, you there? Can you hear me?
You can hear me?
Yeah, you can you hear me? You good? Yeah, you breaking up on me, my man. You breaking up on me. You go ahead and get that together. I'm gonna get to this phone call. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping? Hey, caller, what's up? Hello? Guess the caller went out too. All right, I'm gonna come back to Mark. All right, Mark, you good? Nah, you breaking up big time on me, my man. You breaking up. You breaking up. All right, let me see. Let me come in. Nate, you tell me, man. Is Mudiay there to stay?
Oh man, that's a tough question. Right now he is. Okay. He's making the right plays. He's aggressive. I'd like to see him get his assist up, but he's playing with a lot of confidence.
Right.
He's finishing at the basket. His defense is getting better. I mean, you know me, Sam. I still think Frank's our starting point guard going forward, but right now Mudiay is hot, and hey, we got to roll with the hot hand. I'm cool with that. We're winning. That's all that matters. It's going to be interesting at the end of the season what happens, because I think Mudiay is on the books for next year, right?
No, Mudiay will be a free agent this year. It all depends on if we're going to give him a qualifying offer or not.
So definitely it's going to be interesting with Mudiay being a free agent. You know, Frank's going to be on the books. Trey Burke just signed with Rock Nation for trying to get his money too. So you've arguably got 2 point guards that are really trying to get a lot of money in the offseason. So they're playing hard. Yeah. I mean, Frank's kind of playing with a sense that, you know, he's going to be on the team next year. So, I mean, I'd like to see more improvement out of him. But Mudiay is playing good right now, man. I can't take that away. I mean, he's doing everything that we said he couldn't do. So we'll just have to see, you know. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna come around to everyone. I'm gonna start with you. Who's your player of the game tonight?
Me?
Who's your player of the game tonight?
Mudiay, man. I mean, the guy's playing out of his mind right now, playing with a lot of confidence. That dunk was sick. Pretty much sealed the game for us. Mudiay's my player of the game.
That's your player of the game, Mudiay. Okay. All right. All right. Isaiah, I'm coming to you.
Nigga, he's from Cali. Of course he love YG.
Isaiah.
Wait. You live in a bad neighborhood, bro?
Okay. I don't know what Isaiah is on. I'm going to come to Ant. Ant, who was your player of the game tonight, man?
My player of the game, I think I got to give it to Enes Kanter. 26 rebounds. For this, he played really solid defense. I think it has to be Enes Kanter. We don't win this game without him in it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going with Kanter. If you guys are on speakerphone, you guys gotta really sit up and speak. You gotta speak into it because it starts to break up. All right, Isaiah, you ready, man? Back to you, man.
I'm what's up, man? What's up? I'm back. I'm strapped in.
All right. Who's your player of the game?
I'm gonna go with Fizz. I'm gonna go Fizz.
You going with Fizz? Yeah. Fizz, okay. All right.
But listen, y'all. Listen. The reason why I'm going with Fizz because he stuck with his guns. That lineup that I thought was bad, he stuck with it, and they actually produced. And it was a team effort. It was nobody. I mean, okay, Kanter played great tonight, but overall, it was a team. This one was a grind out team game. So I'm gonna go with Fizz.
Okay. All right. Davon, who's your player of the game?
And the more I say,
player of the game. I like what Isaiah said about it being a team, team thing. But I'm gonna have to give it to Enes Kanter. I mean, 25 plus rebounds, 20 points. That's player of the game every time. It's an easy call.
Yeah. He definitely.
I mean, he stuck it out. He grinded it out. And one thing about Kanter I see now, he's not. I mean, I guess he's back in the starting lineup, but he's not pouting a lot anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that had a lot to do with that starting lineup thing, man.
Yeah, I feel like it had to do a lot with that too. But I feel like he's gonna ride that emotional wave out now. I feel like he's in it with the team now. Back to the regular old Kanter.
Yeah, but is he in it if he goes back to the bench? If for some reason Fizdale decides to put him back to the bench, is he in it then?
See, that's the thing. I don't think so. But I feel like if he was beaten out, I feel like if Mitchell Robinson really beat him out, if he felt he was really beaten out by Mitchell Robinson instead of just Mitchell Robinson just being handed the job, I feel like he wouldn't have a problem with it as much.
Okay.
But I feel like he had a problem with it because he felt like they just gave Mitchell Robinson the job, and Kanter, he's a hard worker. He's gonna grind it out with the Knicks. So I feel like he felt a little disrespected in that way. But I feel like right now he's in a good place. So I feel like he's in a good headspace. So I feel like maybe if he was beaten out, then he wouldn't have that little pouty stage.
Okay. I also feel like Kanter is a little more mad on the court right now, and that's a good thing. I feel like he's a little more focused, and he's just more mad. I'm looking at his face. Earlier in the season, he seemed just like happy all the time, happy-go-lucky. Now he just seems a little bit more mad, angry, focused, which is a good thing. We want him to be that way a little bit, I think. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what you want your center to be. You don't want. That's why Dwight Howard ain't all that, because he's he's a little soft. You know what I mean? He's not
happy-go-lucky. Yeah,
he's a little too happy-go-lucky. Like Shaq, Shaq, he was a happy-go-lucky person too, but he turned it on.
Right.
He turned it on at the right moments. You know what I mean? When when it was game time, it was game time.
Yeah. All right, let me get to. I think we already got Mark's. I don't know if Mark's internet. I think Mark is working on that. Mark's on that 2G internet right now. But Mark, what's going on, man? Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Yeah, but you sound like a robot to me, so it's not working right now. I don't know what's up. I'm gonna come to Barry. Barry, who's your player of the game?
Without a doubt, it has to be Enes Kanter tonight. Personal best in rebounds. Mm-hmm. Did look better on defense. Did his job down there. I think he did a real good job.
Yeah. Do you think that Kanter, if he's pulled out the starting lineup again, do you think that he's going to? Because he clearly wasn't happy about it the first time, right?
Of course not. He's in a contract year. Why would he be happy about it?
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have been happy either. I think one show, we had a conversation about it, and I was like, I think we need to be a little bit easy because, if you think about it, think about it in terms of your job. If you were demoted and you didn't feel that you needed to be demoted, how happy would you be, and how long would it be before you're able to, refocus and get back on track? You might be a little bit upset. And, it was the same thing. You know what I mean? It was the same thing with Kanter.
Even though he was upset, he did do his job coming off the bench. He had good numbers for the most part.
Yeah, and I felt like at the time, I went to war with a couple of people because I felt like at the time a lot of people were really, just jumping on the train and killing them. They were just kind of jumping on the bandwagon and killing them. I like Enes Kanter. I really do. I like what he brings to the game. I like that bruising mentality that he brings to the game because I think it's needed. And tonight was a perfect game for Kanter.
Definitely was needed tonight. That's for sure. So.
Yeah, exactly. It was perfect. This was the right atmosphere for Kanter, and I think he'll excel in this. He will excel in this type of atmosphere every time, I think.
That slowed down game is his kind of game. Let's face it.
Exactly. All right, Prince. Who's your player of the game tonight, Prince? Who's your player of the game tonight?
Player of the game, I'm gonna have to give it to I think it should be Cole. I think you're gonna have to go with Kanter and your boy Trey Day, man. Trey Day, like I said, his instant offense with the fact that we didn't have Tim Hardaway today, career best with Kanter, and then Trey Day being able to score and, break down the teeth of the defense. Like I said, he played his butt off today, man. And then Mudiay with that big dunk. So, I guess you have to give it to the big two, but, my boy Mudiay did his thing. So I'm sorry I can't answer the question, Sim, the way you would want me to. But, hey, man, I think we had a couple different bright spots, man. So maybe they can share it, brother.
No, that's all right. All right, maybe they can share it. I mean, if it was a pie, they could share that. If it was money given out for play of the game, they probably wouldn't be sharing that. But,
no, they don't want to get that up. They probably wouldn't get that up. So,
luckily it's just, this is just us. You know what I mean? So, so that's good. But yeah. All right.
If that was an incentive in one of them player contracts, yeah, I'm pretty sure Kanter would want that player to get tonight.
Right. Yeah.
I know who you like, Devon. You be liking them Filipino Asian chicks, right?
Oh boy, see, look at that. Look, I caught him on a bad time. Guillermo, what's poppin', man? You hear me, Guillermo?
Yeah, sorry, sir.
I don't know who you was talking to, but we caught you at a bad time.
Crap, my bad. Oh, I was talking to Devon. My bad, man. I'm sorry.
We caught you right at Philippine Asian.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad, man. Shout out to the cute Filipino chicks out there. My bad. What you saying, Sim?
Who's your player of the game tonight, man?
It got to be Kanter, man. He had a monster game offensively. Yeah. I still hate his defense, but look, he had a monster game. There was a lull period where we couldn't defend well, and they were getting points, and he kept us in with some tough back to the basket points. But I will say that. Yeah. The player who I wanted, who I think is showing good development, is Mudiay. I take Mudiay as a true player of the game, but just based off like the stats today, it has to be Kanter because I'm telling you, Sim, that boy Gasol, man, he was roasting us. Him and Conley were killing us, and Kanter kind of helped us get us to the fourth quarter where we had a little lead, it got lost, and then Mudiay and other guys started taking over. But Kanter had a monster game, so
yeah, he did.
Give it to him.
Yeah, he did. All right, I'm gonna let you get back to your conversation, man. And I'm gonna get to this phone call.
Man. That's Devon, man. That's all Devon's fault, man.
Hey, caller, you're on live, man. Can you hear me?
Hey, what's good?
Hey, what's going on, man?
It's John calling from Fayetteville. Well, I'm originally from Yonkers, but I'm calling out of Fayetteville.
All right.
I was the dude who talked to you about Mudiay hanging his hat on the playmaking. You don't remember me?
Oh yeah, definitely. I remember.
All right, I'll just call the GOAT. You know what I mean? Because it looked like some of the video chat dudes was a little salty that, you know, Mudiay is getting his shine and Frank is, you know, to the wayside right now. But I told y'all, yo, if we put all of our efforts into Mudiay he could be our future starting point guard.
Well, I mean,
he could.
He's still, you know, we still got some things to go. I mean, he's had, you know, he's been playing well. He's doing well. But, you know, let's not, you know, Frank had a couple of good games. Trey had a couple of good games. Mudiay right now looks like he's the best out of the three at that point guard spot.
Right.
You know, it's a long season. Let's see how it goes. You know what I mean? But, I mean, right now, he definitely looks like he's the best out of the three. And, will he be the long-term starting point guard? You know, that remains to be seen. Let's put it like this. I think that Fizdale is going to give him here's the business side is going to jump into it, in my opinion, right now. And I'm not saying that Mudiay hasn't earned anything, but Frank is already, between Frank and Trey, right? Both of those guys are going to be free agents next year. Fizdale's going to give those guys a chance to prove themselves. Frank is going to be here. Frank is signed on for the next 5 years or whatever it is, right? Frank's there for a while. We already know that. Those two guys, both of them, essentially, man, are kind of playing for their careers, right? So Fizdale's going to give Mudiay every chance he can to prove himself in the NBA, which I respect that though. I respect it. And he's earned to be the starting point guard right now. Anyway, he's going to give him every chance to prove that we should bring him back. The Knicks right now, you know, Mudiay is a free agent this season. They can give him a qualifying offer. If they do not give him a qualifying offer, if I'm correct, if they don't give him a qualifying offer, then he'll be a free agent. He'll be an unrestricted free agent. If the Knicks give him a qualifying offer, I believe he'll be a restricted free agent. And maybe I'm wrong with that, but I believe that's how it goes. So, you know, he's...
My bad, man. Well, let me ask you this. The whole situation with free agency, like, how you feel about KD and whatever? Because me personally, I don't want KD on the Knicks.
I mean,
you know, Anthony Davis, yeah, but I don't want Kevin Durant on the Knicks. I just feel like the dude is too soft, personality-wise, to be on the Knicks, to be in that New York media. Anthony Davis, maybe, but KD, nah.
I mean, like right now, I'm not even. I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm not even worried too much about free agency. I'm just trying to see, you know, where we are with this squad here. And then when we come down to the end of the season, I'm pretty sure when we get down to the end of the season, that's when Fizdale, you got free agents, Mudiay, Trey Burke, Enes Kanter, Noah Vonleh, Mario Hezonja. All these guys are free agents.
Okay. So who would you bring back from free agency? If you
and I think that's where we're not really going to know too much until you get to the end of the season. I think he's going to use the season to really look at these guys and say, do we want them back or not? Right? And give these guys a chance to prove that they're worth, you know, using their cap space to sign. You know,
one last question.
You know, we're like, what are we, 20?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're like 20, what are we right now? 7-14. So we're 21 games into the season. I'm not sure what we do with these guys yet, who we keep, who we don't keep. And then, you know, looking at our team, who comes back, what do we look like when KP comes? Every single one of those players on the floor. And this is an important reason why when KP is ready to come back, I think you play him. Because, you know, some people are saying, no, don't play him, wait till next year, all this stuff. I think you play him when he's 100%. When he's 110%, you play him. Because now, once KP comes back, every single player on the floor is going to look different. People are going to adjust to KP differently. Right? So now you've also got to see which one of these players can work well with KP. And how do they look with KP? How does KP change their game? You know what I'm saying? It is essential. I mean, to know where we're going in the future. I think KP, if he can come back this year and play, then he has to come back and play, because so that we can know what guys look like. And that's going to dictate what guys we want to keep on this team going into next year. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm not ready to really say what kind of, what players we want to keep or not keep until the end of the season.
Well, one more question for you, man. How you feel about Frank?
I mean, Frank is my guy. I like Frank. You know what I mean? I really
still
do.
got faith.
Yeah. I mean, I got a lot of faith in him. I feel like Frank is a young kid that is learning how to play the game, and I see things that he can do. And maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me that see it. I see things that he can do that maybe some other people don't. A lot of people just want to look at speed and flash and all that kind of stuff. But there's other things that I see that players can do. And I see some of those things with Frank. I think that Frank is going to be a really good player in the NBA. I've never said he was going to be an all-star or a star. I think he's going to be a real good player in the NBA.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
I respect that, man. But, hey, man, it's nice calling in, man.
I appreciate it.
All right,
Appreciate
man.
the call, bro. Peace. Yeah, my player of the game, ladies and gentlemen, is Enes Kanter. That's my player of the game. Kanter is the player of the game. I think he's overwhelming with the video chat, with the YouTube chat itself. I think Kanter was the overwhelming player of the game for tonight. 21 points, 26 rebounds. Hard to argue with those kind of numbers. You know what I'm saying? Kanter definitely played his game. You know, and this was a perfect game for Kanter to get off and do his thing. So we're going to talk about Knicks and Detroit Pistons next, because that's who's coming up. But we're going to get to this phone call. Calling you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Hi, Sam. It's Knicks Next.
Hey, how you doing? Got to be excited about tonight. Good. Got to be excited about tonight's game.
Oh, it was such a great game. It was very exciting to watch. It was like the kind of game I want to see us play more often.
Yeah, definitely. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. Thank you.
Great. I did. It was wonderful Thanksgiving. All right. So far this season, I haven't heard from you for a while.
I know.
What do you think about?
I've watched most of the games, but I just missed this Pelicans one because I was out of Thanksgiving. I wasn't able to watch. But I watched the Boston one, and I watched today.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think so far this season? What do you think so far this season about the team?
We're so topsy turvy. One moment I'm like, yeah, we're making strides, and the next minute I'm like, oh, here goes that curse again.
Right.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
I do see little flashes here, but I love Trey Burke. I'm a Burke fan. I'm glad to see Mudiay's doing better because like you, I wanted him for the draft, not KP. Well, a lot of us didn't know who KP was unless you're following, overseas basketball and stuff, but I wanted Mudiay for us. So to see him do better, I'm very happy to see that.
Yeah. I'm happy to see it too, because I was a Mudiay guy. I thought he was gonna. And look, if he didn't go to the Nuggets, he may have been. At that time, I don't think he wanted to come to the Knicks because of the triangle offense. But if he would have went to another team, who knows? He could have been a different guy. So maybe we got him at the right moment. We got Fizdale at the right moment for Mudiay, and maybe this will be the springboard to him having the career that we thought he could have. So we'll see.
Exactly.
We'll see.
And I was thinking about KP today, and I was thinking about, I just like the fact that there are other players who can step up You know, like for so many years, we always had to like rely on certain players to like carry the game. And the fact that KP's not playing, it's good to see that we could win without him. But I do question, like, I mean, well, I don't know, KP you can kind of fit in with different players and different schemes and not schemes, but rotations and whatever. I just hope that he can just like kind of come in and just not take away from anything, just add to it. If that's
right.
If I'm making any kind of sense.
Yeah, definitely makes a whole lot of sense. And we were just talking about KP with the last caller. We were talking about KP and how this team is going to be, players are going to be very different, right? It's going to be very different when KP comes back on how players fit together, which is one of the reasons why we need to see him come back this season, in my opinion, not make a playoff push or anything like that. I mean, if we're in that situation and he comes back at that time, then great. But we need him to come back so we can see how players fit with him here and what the team looks like with him here, so we can determine which players we want to keep. Right? KP is supposed to be our centerpiece going forward. So we need to see, who's going to fit around him. And then when free agency comes, which other players outside of this team, if we have the money and their interest and so on and so forth, is going to fit next to KP. So I think it's important for KP to come back.
I totally agree. Yeah. And come February, I hope he could, just like little minutes here and there. You don't have to play, just to see. I'm in total agreement with you.
Yeah, right. Yep, little minutes here and there, and then if he's, then you see he's ready to play. You just inch his minutes up, you creep it up. As he gets back in shape, gets his body back, and those type of things. Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Well, just let me before I let you go. What do you think about the Knicks versus Detroit? What's your take on the game?
I'm not sure. We're so unpredictable. I don't know. Like I'm hoping we can win, but then I was trying to think of the matchups and everything, and I'm like, to be honest, I have no idea. Yeah,
it's hard to say because with the Knicks, I think a lot of teams we play is gonna, just like you said, the matchups. Do we match up with this team? How well do we match up with this team? I think that's going to dictate a lot of our games. We're just not good enough yet where matchups don't matter. So I think, I agree with you. It's going to be a tough game to call.
Just like, how tonight's game, I mean, they wanted to do that for Fizz. Okay, that's great, but we should want to. I'm not saying that they don't, but like sometimes you see these efforts, they're just like lackadaisical or like what are you doing? I mean, that does come with youth, but I mean, come on, we're a little bit into the season now. You're getting the hang of things a little bit, or no? I mean, come on. So I don't know. We can't make excuses anymore. That's what I'm saying.
I hear you. And you know what? Trey Burke, Tim Hardaway, they've all kind of said the same thing. Like, listen, we can't continue to say the youth this, the youth that. We've got to come out and play ball. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, great talking to you, and hello to all the fans in the chat and the video chat and all that. And I'll talk with you soon.
All right. Appreciate the call. Talk to you soon.
All right. Take care, Sim.
All right. Later.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the Knicks and the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons right now in the standings, the Detroit Pistons, they're 10-7, having a decent season so far. They're fourth in the East, behind the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm not a big Detroit Pistons fan as far as this team is, the way that they're constructed. That's just me. Can we beat them? I don't know. We'll see. Right now in the East, we have the longest winning streak in the East. No, I'm sorry. Toronto does. We have the second longest winning streak in the East, behind the Toronto Raptors, and then Detroit, along with a couple of other teams. along with the Cleveland Cavaliers, have won 2 in a row. So, right now, we're a hot team in the East. How's that sound? How's that look? The Knicks are a hot team in the Eastern Conference. But the Detroit Pistons, so far this season, like I said, they're 10-7. They average 111 points per game. They give up 110 points per game, 47 rebounds per game, 21.6 assists per game. They're a team that kind of, as far as, some of those stats concerned, maybe resemble the Knicks, except for the fact that they have a much better record and they're a team that, they've been able to win games. They have maybe a more experienced coach. I want the Knicks to come out with the same intensity, with the same type of a mindset. And like the last caller just said, we can't continuously just focus, we need to focus on winning because we want to win, not just for fizz. But a game like that can be a springboard to just having that focus. And as a matter of fact, I think this whole schedule, right? This whole recent schedule, Portland, the Pelicans, Portland, Boston, Pelicans, Memphis, Detroit, Philadelphia, Milwaukee. I think that's part of the thing. That stretch of games, I think, has the Knicks focused. Most of us thought that we wasn't going to win a game until we played Brooklyn again. Now we don't know. We might. But I think it's helped to focus us a little bit. You know what I mean? Because we look a little bit more focused. We're playing that way. Can we continue? We'll see. The Detroit Pistons, like I said, average 111.6 points per game. They shoot 43.6% from the field, 32.7% from three. They average 47.4 rebounds per game, 21.6 assists per game, 14.7 turnovers a game, 7.1 steals per game, and 3.6 blocks. Listen, this is a team, like I said, when you're talking about general statistics, similar to the New York Knicks for the season. The difference being that they've been able to pull games out and we have not. But they've been able to. Right? This is, 32% from three, 43% from the field. This should be a team that we can play with. And, I don't think from the beginning of the season, I never thought that Detroit was going to be a really, really good team. I had them on the bubble and making the playoffs. And, right now they're 10-7. I still have them on the bubble making the playoffs. I'm not entirely encouraged by, the Detroit Pistons. And I think it's a team that we can beat. I want to see us go out and beat them. You know what I mean? Noah Vonleh is going to have a job with Blake Griffin at the 4 spot. Of course, he's going to have a job there. Excuse me. I'm not a big fan of Blake Griffin. I don't really like Blake Griffin that much. I don't like his style of play. But I guess he's a good player. He's not someone that I would want to have on the Knicks. I can tell you that. Blake Griffin, though. Enes Kanter got to deal with Andre Drummond. Now, Andre Drummond, he is a guy that can run the pick and roll. He's not going to pull you out to the 3-point line. He's not a 3-point shooter. He can knock down a little mid-range, but he's going to be a beast down low. All right. Mudiay's got to deal with Reggie Jackson, a guy I'm sure he's... I don't know. When did Reggie Jackson go to the Pistons? I know Mudiay's been up against Reggie Jackson before. I just don't remember if Reggie Jackson was in OKC when Mudiay was drafted, or how much he's been up against them. But, Reggie Jackson, I've never been a fan of Reggie Jackson either. He's a very low percentage shooting guard, in my opinion. I don't know what he's doing this year. He's one of those guards that I always felt I don't know. You know, he puts up decent numbers, but I never felt like he was the kind of guard that I wanted to have on my team. That's just my opinion. I never thought that he was going to be the type of point guard that was going to lead to anywhere. But Mudiay is going up against Reggie Jackson. You got Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to be going up against Reggie Bullock. Glenn Robinson III going up against Mario Hezonja. Blake Griffin and Noah Vonleh, that's going to be a big matchup. Andre Drummond and Enes Kanter, that's going to be a big matchup right there. This is a game that I think the Knicks can win, ladies and gentlemen. You know, for our fourth straight, I think we could. We'll see. Let's talk to the video chat. I want to find out what you guys think about Enes Kanter, about the Detroit Pistons. And if you think we can pull this game out, I think we can win the game. I want to know what you guys think. So video chat, let's talk a little bit and see what you guys think about. Oh, everybody just refreshed or something like that. Let's see what's going on. I'm gonna start with Prince, since you're in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Prince, what's
I wanted to be at the game tomorrow, man. I'm mad that we won't be able to make it. Me and my wife probably ain't gonna be able to make it.
Oh yeah.
I'm mad.
So tell me, all right. So do you watch the Pistons much?
No, I hate them. Hate them.
Not a fan at all, huh? All right.
No, not at all.
Okay, so I was going to ask you, what do you think? All right, I thought maybe you had some insight. Maybe you knew a little bit more about the Pistons than the rest of us. Not
necessarily. I mean, I know their chemistry and their makeup of their team. They are overperforming. They're coming together a lot more cohesively than a lot of other teams have. As fast as they have within his first 20 games. Right. So, much other than that, and the good play of Blake Griffin, and how he's been playing so good for them. I think he's honestly their X factor, just to be completely honest.
Yeah. All right. So what do you have with the game?
My game predictions is, again, if we can do our same stuff, Sam. We come out with energy. We beat them to 50-50 balls. We play more hungrier. We share the ball and enjoy team basketball. We gotta adapt that philosophy as a team and care about each other scoring more and helping each other score more. So I think that, again, if we find a way to win the rebounding battle against Blake and Andre Drummond. We go out there and play intensity basketball like we have been. Put pressure on their guards with Trey Burke and Mudiay and those rest of those guys, Frank. You know what I'm saying? Make those guys work. I think we'll come out victorious like you. I feel like you, Sim. I'm not scared of this team. I haven't been scared of any team we faced all season. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that we've been able to fight with most of these teams, that shows me a lot. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we bring on Tuesday. So let's go. Let's go.
All right, cool. Prince, give me your last words, man, because we about to head up out of here. Give me your last words for the night.
Last words of the night. Hey, smart Knicks fans, let's continue to just enjoy, this transition. Let's go through this transition. You know what I'm saying? That we're going through. Let's continue to enjoy, like I said, Fizz teaching these young boys how to win the right way. And again, temper down the expectations and let's just watch good basketball, and hopefully we can see our team grow and progress every quarter, every play, every game, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing how we look on Tuesday after this big win. I know it took a lot of emotion out of us, but hopefully, like you said, it sparks that, that fire within this team that, again, even if we don't go on a big tear winning a lot of games, that we just play consistent basketball, and it's always positive. So as long as we gear toward the right direction and guys are playing the right way, Sim, I'm happy. Shout out to chat, Sim. You keep doing your thing, brother. Be blessed. Rest of the chat, video chat, the YouTube chat. Love y'all. See y'all on Tuesday. Be blessed. But hey, Mudiay all day.
All right, man. Peace. All right. Barry, why don't you give us your prediction with the Pistons and the Knicks, and then your last words.
Well, I believe that the Knicks are in a winning way right now. Winning is contagious. I really believe that they got as good a chance as anybody else, as they have been. I mean, on these other guys that they played some good teams lately, and they've really done a great job with them. Right. I think they're going to continue.
All right, sounds good. I think so too. I agree with you. I think we're going to continue. You got any last words for us?
Last words is I like the progression, the progress of things going on, and how it has gone on, and with the team, hopefully things will even get better in the future. All right.
Well, I hope to see you on. If you get a chance, back in the chat soon. I know you usually catch it on the replay, but as much as you can get in the chat, we'd love to have you.
Okay, thanks, Sim.
All right, appreciate it, Barry.
See you guys.
See you.
Yep. Bye.
All right, Nate.
What's up, man?
Why don't you tell us, Knicks Pistons, what do you think? And your last words.
I mean, it's a game we should win. I mean, Pistons aren't playing. They're only 10-7, but I've seen some games and they haven't been that impressive to me. I mean, really, their offense is focused on Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond. So as long as you keep Drummond off the boards, I mean, you always have a chance. Blake Griffin, that could be a little bit of a disadvantage for us because I don't know if Vonleh is going to be able to hold him. But I think our guards, we have the advantage of the guards over them. So, if we just come out and play good defense, get off to a good start on the road, and just make smart passes and just run an offense, I think we'll be all right.
Okay.
It's definitely a game we should win. I don't think the Pistons are that much better than us.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, with this team, I don't know if there's any game that we should win. I think we can win. Like Nick's said, there's a lot of up and downs with this team. So
hey, man, if we beat the Pelicans and we beat the freaking the Grizzlies, I mean, we should beat the Pistons. That's just my argument.
You hope that we should beat them.
Those are better teams.
Yeah, they're better teams, but we've got to be able to. I mean, sports doesn't always work that way, though.
Oh no, I agree, but I'm just saying that's the mentality we should have. Is we should win this game because we have shown that we can hang with some of the best teams in the NBA.
Yeah, we definitely have. Them. Yeah. All right, last words.
Just another great win. It's good to see the defense improving. Starting to see a little bit of what Fizdale's trying to do. I think it's starting to show a little bit. It's going to take more time, but I like the way the players are playing aggressive and the mentality they have. And hey, man, just keep it going.
All right, Nate. I'll catch you on Tuesday night, man. Peace.
All right, y'all have a good night. Later.
All right, Ant, it's on you, bro.
Like I remember like a couple games ago, I talked about like not going into these games with expectations. And I'm gonna just keep doing it that way, man. Because watching the games that way is a lot more fun. Because when I expect us to win, we lose, and I expect us to lose, we win.
Right.
Only an idiot would bet any money on this team. So, I expect us to compete. That I do expect. I think we can win it. I think we just got to take small things from each game and keep applying it.
Yeah.
Like against Boston, they move the ball, they cut. And we have to learn, we learned how to defend that. And so we should carry that to the next game. And Memphis, we had to play real tough defense because they weren't going to give up a bunch of points.
Right.
And I think we can carry the defensive intensity we showed tonight into Detroit. We can win because we showed that we can defend when we actually have to put our mind to it. Mm-hmm. So guys like Kanter and Hardaway showed that they aren't, incapable of playing defense. So I expect them to try and carry that over. Confidence is a big thing, and they have a lot of confidence right now.
Yeah.
Guys like Mudiay, he's shooting without hesitation. Even Frank, in the beginning of the game, I liked his aggression. They're playing like they believe they can win now, and that's a big thing. So I just want to see them, keep progressing, keep, showing the stuff that they've been showing. I would like to see Knox and Mitch, not foul as much. because I don't think they're not playing because Fizz doesn't want them to. But when you foul so much,
right,
they're getting a penalty so early in the quarter. Fizz, he can't keep you out there if you're gonna foul 3 times in 5 minutes. So I want to see them, slide their feet, move your feet, especially Mitch. He's athletic enough to do it, and he has those long arms. He doesn't have to foul. So but my last thoughts, man, just keep your expectations low. Don't start expecting this team to be a playoff team and be this great team. If you just leave those expectations away and just watch with with hope of development, man, it's a lot more fun to watch. And shout out to Mudiay. I have to shout out Mudiay because if I'm gonna talk down on him, he does well. I gotta big him up. So he had a great game. That dunk got me out my seat. So I hope he's playing well, man. Because if he proves everybody wrong, if he proves me wrong, it's good for the Knicks. So I hope he proves me wrong, and I hope he keeps developing. But yeah, I think we can win, and I hope we do.
All right, sound good, man. All right, and I'll catch you Tuesday night.
Definitely.
All right, peace. Isaiah?
Sam, man, I just want to thank my mother. I want to thank my father, a.k.a. you, for making me go last. I want to thank Jesus, Black Jesus. I'm excited right now.
All right.
Yo, man.
Final say, man. You got the final say.
Man, I'm glad I got the final say. So I just wanted to share this with you. I wanted this to remind people of just, a little bit of what Frank does. And, this for the people that say his defense is overrated. Can I read something for you, Sam?
Yeah. I got you.
So it hasn't been updated yet, but the last 53 possessions against Jason Tatum, Damian Lillard, McCollum, and Jrue Holiday, 11 possessions against Jrue Holiday. Guess how many points they scored on Frank?
How many?
And this is combined.
How many?
9 points.
9 points. Okay.
So I just want people to know that, it's the little things that people do that are doing do the major things that we need to have the defense that we have. And so next time somebody says Frank doesn't play elite defense and his defense is overrated, just, read them that. But, I'm really happy with this team and the way they're playing right now. They're playing how they played in the beginning of the season with hard defense and playing hard and playing up to the competition. And they just lost close games, man. And then now the way that they're playing, they're winning the game. Now they can see that what they're doing is not meaningless. All the extra work they put in the gym, or everything they do, it's not meaningless. It's not. They're seeing the results of their hard work. And that's what I think this young team needs to keep going, is to see that, okay, what coach is saying is not just BS. It's not just to get me going. This is real.
Right.
And if you follow what he's saying, we're going to win. And I'm so excited. Like, I think it was, I forgot it was Caller that said it, that when KD comes back, man, I think he's going to be excited because he can see a team that can carry their own. It's not just going to be the KP show every night. It's going to be the Trier show, the Hardaway show, the Mudiay show, the Frank show, the Burke show, where these guys, man, they're playing and we're playing as a team. And then once we get our passing better and we actually move the ball, we get some cuts in there, we do work better on screens, this team is going to be dangerous, man. And I'm so excited. We're seeing the foundation of what it means to be a championship team and knowing what it's going to take to win games, And I'm really proud of what we're doing. I'm really proud of Mudiay. I got to shout out to Kanter. He actually played decent defense tonight. When Kanter plays centers, like traditional centers, he does really well against them.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that many left in the league, because Marc Gasol right now is a tweener. He's still more traditional than a tweener, but he still, shoots the three. But, when he does stuff like this, you recognize why he's so good. And, it's everybody played great tonight, and I do believe that Detroit, we can win Detroit because, Detroit's kind of weird. It's like, I don't know what kind of team they are. Are they like a traditional? I feel like they're a traditional 2 big man team, and I think we can actually beat them. I think we can actually beat them because I think we match up pretty well, and I think we play a little bit faster, which can catch them off guard. And I think Kanter's going to be really well because like you said, Andre is not really like a pull you out of the paint center, and that's what Kanter is gonna. He thrives on those guys because those guys are the ones where he can work and like get them up.
But he is a pick and roll guy. So we'll see how he defends the pick and roll. And I think we're really high right now on the wins, man. I think we're gonna keep going, man. I really do. All right, I hope so. All right, man. Well,
my last words is, I can't wait for Lion King next year. I'm gonna cry when I see Mufasa die in HD. It's gonna be great, man. And shout out to Baby Simba. But shout out to the chat, man. Have a good one, everybody. Have a good night. Be safe. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. That means do everything. And Sim, play some Maxwell.
All right, man. Peace, man. I'm out. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We down to the very last portion of the show. If I can give you any bit of advice, go see Creed 2. Creed 2's
I'm gonna go watch that Tuesday.
Yeah, it's a good movie, man. Creed 2, serious movie, really good movie. Go see Creed 2. I loved it. But I'm a big Rocky fan anyway. You know what I mean? I love all the Rocky stuff. But if you get a chance to go see Creed 2 Tuesday night, the pregame is going to be a pre-recorded pregame because I have a game Tuesday night. But I will be at the post game. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to have a good start to your week. Have a great start to your week. All right.
Stop calling Knox a bus. He's only 19. Stop calling Knox a bus. These people out here. People tripping on the chat calling Knox a bus. Come on, man. Y'all tripping, man.
Romeo Dread, thank you for the good luck. Hopefully, I'll give you an update what's going on. We have a really, really young team that's trying to compete against a bunch of seniors out there. But, we're doing what we can to win games. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate all the good luck. I will catch you guys Tuesday night in the post game. Have a great start to your week. Peace.